What?
We have a big ass week to get through. You good?
Just checking the distance, Chris.
Because speed equals distance.
Squared. Over time.
Time, D. I think we're ready to go. Episode 40. Episode 41. Are we ready to clap? Am I going to clap? Are you going to clap? Really?
Why not?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Xite Gaming Podcast, the place where you come for the games, but you stay for the truth. Home of the empty promise. My name is Chris, and once again, I am joined in our lovely studio by my good friend and best friend and the best guy in the whole wide world, really, James D. Downey. James, thank you for being here on episode 41. We've made it. We've made it over the hump.
Yeah, the hump of 40.
We're
in the latter half of our lifetime as a podcast.
Yeah. We're past the friend zone of podcasting.
We're in the friend zone.
Yeah.
We're serious now.
Yeah.
we're now officially middle-aged as a podcast.
We are, yeah.
So we've been doing some crazy things, trying to get over this new thing in our life.
Yeah.
We bought a sports car.
For a sports car, I got a white blazer. Gonna get frosted tips in my hair after this podcast, and there's a good chance I'm gonna go to Vegas at the weekend.
Yeah. We're dealing with it really well. We're really okay
handling
with
it superbly. Yeah. Just put a load of money into offshore accounts as well. I don't have money to put into offshore accounts. So.
I don't have offshore accounts.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Anybody just tuning into episode, if this is the first podcast you've ever found, probably not a good place to start.
Know that it's not the first podcast. It's the 41st podcast.
41st.
So there's 40 other brilliant podcasts for you to go back and enjoy.
If
Imagine.
only it had been the 51st. We could have called it the 51st State, like the film.
Is it a film?
You've never seen the 51st State?
I don't think so.
Samuel L. and
No.
that guy Carlyle, Robert Carlyle.
I think so. No, Robert Carlyle, who's that?
Isn't that the guy? Robert Carlyle.
Do you understand Robert Carlyle? You have to go back.
Trainspotting. Isn't he in Trainspotting?
Oh.
He's also in. Do you ever see The Tournament?
No.
Do you ever
I'm
see?
not good at this game.
Have you ever seen the 51st State? We're
I'm
right back
afraid
around.
not.
Okay, well, Robert Carlyle. Oh, you definitely
I
know him.
probably would know him, I guess. Yeah, I'd probably spot him.
What else is he in big? I don't know. He's in something.
Robert Carlyle.
You never seen that film?
No. What's it about?
Good movie. The 51st State.
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's about drugs. I'm
I'll
not
check it out.
entirely sure. I just know it's a big movie, and I've seen parts of it.
We could be the 51st State.
That's what I mean. That's what we'll call we'll call episode 51 the 51st State.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
D, incredible to be here on what is the last day of March.
Yeah, so
we are streamlining into
we're
April, into
rocking through this bitch.
the latter half of spring. We've kicked this shit out of the first couple of months of this year completely, D, and it's
3 months in.
Yeah. We also need to quickly say before we actually get on with this podcast, because a couple of the responses over the past week or two have been really, really good throughout our social media, and just with all the views and stuff that we're finally finding our form in terms of content, I think. And there should be a much more consistent.
Finally good.
We're finally at the good level.
Yeah.
There should be a much bigger array of content coming at you.
Just bam, bam, bam.
Just bam, 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 bam. And we have discovered something today that has just put us on a new fucking wave of greatness with the podcast. We're not going to say what it is yet because
it's a big surprise. It's actually it's such a small thing as well.
It's
to the majority of people out there, it's like whatever, but we're like, this is a big deal for us.
It's a very big deal for you.
But surprise.
See, let's get stuck
It's a
into
big
what is
surprise.
episode 41 then. How's our weeks? So we normally start
Our
with
weeks. Well, I'm going to speak on our behalf today
Yeah,
because
obviously.
we're just so in sync right now. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's like
We've
one,
had a great week, and that's it.
and we finish each other's.
Dave. I'm sorry, I'm watching a new show, and that joke was in it, and I kind of wanted to do it, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to copy the joke from the show, so I kind of improvised.
You just improvise, yeah.
I
mean, it worked.
I lost myself a bit.
Yeah, your week.
I'm watching a new show.
Tell me about your week. Tell me about your week.
Yeah, so I'm watching a new show.
Okay.
The Good Place, it's called.
The Good Place?
It's by the guy who made the American Office
Oh.
and Parks and Recreation, which I love,
You're a big fan of Parks and Rec.
and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh,
So
okay.
the same guy behind all that, and it's a really good show as well. It's
Excellent.
called The Good Place.
Nice.
It's on Netflix.
Are you
seasons of it.
how into it are you?
I'm really into it.
Are
Right
you
now.
really into it right now?
I've just finished the second season, and it's not like that just came out, so I have a wait now.
Alright, yeah.
You'd like it too. It is not inspired by, but the creator, the guy from The Office, he was influenced very heavily by Lost.
No way.
He wanted to copy what Lost did with kind of like cliffhanger endings and kind of wanting you to watch the next episode based on what you'd seen, and talk about it for a week.
Just had an unbelievable idea for one of our podcasts.
Hit me up. What is it, Chris?
We're going to do a cliffhanger ending.
My God.
I know. Why have we not thought of it before?
We just told people we're going to do it.
We'll just cut the No, I think we've already done that one of our podcast.
We just cut the black.
And then we go straight back into it.
But yeah, it's
yeah.
good. It's got like cliffhanger. There's just like twists in the story, twist endings. Season 1 ends on like a kind of a cliffhanger. Like,
all right.
it's good.
You must be a good bit through it then if you're...
Yeah, I'm caught up.
seasons.
It's 13 episodes a season, 2 seasons, 25-minute episodes. So yeah,
That's a lot of math to take in right there, dude. I mean, it's still Saturday morning, so, you know.
is it?
Yeah, it's still Saturday morning.
No, it's like 1:30. But it's like 2:00.
Is it?
Yeah, man. We finished. We did a let's play this morning. We did a let's play. We finished that at 1:30.
For whatever reason, I just thought that we were starting. It was like 11:30.
No,
My time is. I'm still jet lagged.
Yeah,
I'm still
you're
jet lagged. Yeah. Go ahead.
But yeah, I didn't really do a whole pile this week. Like I was watching that show. I was editing our latest video, which is our laughing channel, our Try Not to Laugh challenge, which is up on the internet, on the YouTube, which you can watch. I'll put a link somewhere.
It's completely ad free, by the way. So you know,
it's
there's
completely
that.
free. You could just watch it. It's completely free. It's amazing. Yeah, that used to be a thing on YouTube. Do you remember that?
What?
People would be like, you can subscribe right below. It's free, and you're like, what?
When did it ever pay?
I'm never gonna pay for this. It's like, I remember like this is in the early days of YouTube. It's like, just subscribe below. It's free. It's totally free to subscribe. And you're like, whatever.
Speaking of which, do you remember the first video you ever watched on YouTube?
We were talking about this the other night.
I know mine.
I don't know what specific. I remember we used to
Yep.
up here
Yep.
actually. We
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
of videos and it was like some parkour videos.
Yeah.
And
We were
one
really
that
into
always-
parkour back
The one
then.
that always sticks in my mind. I think it was like One Tree Hill or the OC.
It was One Tree Hill,
One Tree Hill.
but it was the Fray How to
the
Save a
Fray
Life.
How to Save a Life.
Unbelievable.
That episode
Yeah,
where like some guy goes into a school with a gun.
yeah, he does indeed.
I
I
remember
haven't
that.
seen One Tree Hill. It's
That
phenomenal.
one sticks in my head. Danny McCaskill.
Danny McCaskill, yeah,
Remember
good
watching
check.
that.
That was before we kind of knew who Danny McCaskill was.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was just like watching a cool video on the
Yeah,
internet
yeah.
of him on a bike.
Do you remember the banned Xbox 360 commercial in the airport where everybody's pretending to draw guns?
Yeah, it's
I
very
think
good.
that was one of the first videos I ever watched, and also the Gears of War Mad World trailer.
Trailer.
Because
Over and over
yeah.
again. Because it's fucking awesome.
Also, The Scientist by Coldplay was the
Oh,
first one of the first
music video.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember the Harry Potter like little puppet thing?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's a pipe bomb, that there.
Yeah, yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
The source, the
Snape.
mysterious source, the ticking,
Snape.
that thing.
Severus Snape.
Yeah.
Dumbledore. That
Yeah,
one.
brilliant.
I remember those. I remember
Ron Weasley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, of course.
that's
I do.
from the good old days.
Yeah, brilliant.
But yeah, I think that's about the earliest I remember of all that noise. Back in the good old days.
Brilliant.
I have completely lost my train of thought.
You're weak, sorry.
I
Yeah.
know,
This
yeah.
always happens, by the way.
I know,
So,
but
yeah.
I don't forget what I was talking about, what element of my week. Oh, I was editing a video for YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's how we got onto it. I spent a lot of time editing it. I'm playing a bit of Sea of Thieves and playing a bit of Super Hot. Super Hot. That's every level ends like that.
Yeah?
It's just like super.
It's had enough.
Yeah, I don't know, of course.
My notes have had enough.
Last week, your mic stand gave up on you.
Yeah, this week, my notes. Next week, I'm just going to give up on you.
Chris is gonna be like,
Wait, there's a song in that. That'd be pretty cool to do that. It doesn't matter.
I like that.
I'm all over
I
the
like
place.
that you're always thinking.
I've had too much
creatively,
caffeine, D, and that's it's
though.
part
That's
of
your third cup of coffee, yeah.
Yeah. Well, third cup of coffee.
yeah.
It's yeah. I get into it whenever I get talking because it plays a major part in what I'm about to tell you.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear your story. But my week was pretty monotonous, pretty bland. Mainly just playing games and watching TV shows and trying to cut down on my sugar intake.
Yes, tell me a little bit about
That's
that.
one thing.
Because that's big. That's big.
You've
That's
probably already had this revelation, and
It's a big step.
I kind of, to an extent, knew that there's like more sugar in food than you'd expect,
Oh yeah.
but never to
The extent of which it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially. So it kind of like.
What were you shocked by in particular?
I'm a big fan of Dr. Pepper. You know that about me. That's one of my things, right? I love Dr. Pepper. And I used to like go on about the fact that it's got lower sugar content than Coke and like regular Pepsi and stuff. I was like, yeah, it's one of the better sugary drinks. But it's still insanely full of sugar.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's like 24 grams of sugar per can.
Yeah.
And really, like a healthy adult should only be taking between 30 and 40 grams
Have you
of
ever
sugar.
have you ever actually
a
weighed
day.
out and seen what 24 grams of sugar looks like?
Well, I know that there's 4 to 5 grams in a teaspoon. So that's what? That's
It's quite a
5 or
yeah,
6
it's a lot of
teaspoons.
sugar,
Like,
yeah. When you pour it into a bowl, you're like, I'd never eat that,
No, yeah.
but I'd drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just kind of like decided, right, okay, so you're only really supposed to take 30 or 40 grams of sugar a day. I'm going to try and just do that. And then it was like I ate a lot of fruit. Like I like to have like a wee fruit salad with lunch and I have an apple or a banana every day. I was like, well, that's got a lot of sugar in it as well. That's like 9 or 10 grams of sugar in a fucking piece of fruit.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Fruits is good sugars though.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, sugar is sugar, but when
Yeah.
it comes from when it's naturally occurring sugars.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I
there is
think
a
the difference is whenever you're like taking out of a drink, that is just like your body's access that sugar immediately.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas with fruit and stuff, you know,
have to
it's
digest it.
it's
Yeah, so
working
it's
to get to the sugar.
slow release. But I'm just aware that there's a lot more sugar and stuff. I looked at the like a little thing of yogurt, one of the Muller Corners. It's got like 17 or 18 grams of sugar
Yeah.
in a fucking tiny little pot of yogurt.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like you just can't eat fucking anything.
No.
Pizza's got like 9 grams of sugar in it.
Carbohydrate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's full. Everything's full of sugar.
Bread, dough, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Full of sugar, pastas.
And you're just wondering why or how, and you don't even taste it, and you're just like,
No. Yeah, it's not like it tastes like, you know, specifically sugary.
yeah.
It's just it's there. Yeah.
It's like I used to think I could take my Dr. Pepper every day. I could take it every day because I'm not taking any other sugar. But you don't even realize everything you're eating is fucking
It
jam-packed
has some
with sugar.
kind of sugar.
And
Yeah.
anything in a packet that's been wrapped up like that, they're adding sugar to it. Like,
Oh yeah.
not even for any particular reason. Probably just to make their own bad food taste better. They're just adding sugar and they're adding fat just to make it taste better. And salt. There's lots of salt and
Lots
stuff.
of salt nowadays. Yeah. I would personally be more aware of salt than sugar.
Oh yeah.
But that's because I kind of know myself. I can kind of, like you now, I can kind of tame my sugar whenever you realize how much is
Yeah.
in food.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I remember reading
it's a bit random.
during this week. I read somewhere, I don't remember the source, but it was like a couple of years ago. Like everyone was giving out about high fat, high fat
Oh,
in
yeah.
food, and it's like now everything's advertised as low fat and
Yeah.
low calories, and it's
Yeah.
like low fat milk and low fat this and low fat that, and you're like, if they're compensating with the lack of fat, they're
Where are they
probably
making up
using-
for it?
They're probably putting more sugar in
Yeah.
to make it taste better, so people will eat it, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
will go low fat, fantastic.
Yeah.
And
Low
then
fat.
now they're full of sugar.
Anything that ever says no fat or low fat, always be careful because there's obviously got to be a serious amount of carbohydrates in those things. And where is that carbohydrate coming from? If you look underneath any can, it'll say carbohydrates of which sugars.
Yeah,
So if you have 70 grams of like carbohydrate, like 60 of that could be from just pure sugar,
and that's
which is
insane.
crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
Um,
That's why I always stick to like good old like Pepsi Max and stuff like that. Now I know that's full of like, you know, aspartame and
Yeah.
shit like that. That's just full, like just not good for you, really.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, we don't. Yeah, it's never been proven,
but
but
it's not going to give you diabetes, but apparently it can be quite bad for your liver.
we're zero all around. Yeah, a lot of shit can be bad for your liver.
But yeah, like I like the idea of natural sweeteners, like like stevia. That's a natural
Stevia,
thing,
yeah.
and it's sweet, and you just use a lot less of it
Yep.
than sugar. But
Yeah,
like it's still gonna be some sugar in it, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I tried to do that, and I've done okay until
Good.
last night. Whenever we were playing a bit of D&D, and the snacks were put out, and I crashed
Yeah.
miserably.
Yeah.
Didn't even try.
No. Do you notice though, after being kind of off sugar for so long and you eat it again, you come down off it a lot harder? No. Have you got to that point yet?
Not really. No.
Yeah, you probably will at some point. If you keep this going like you're doing, it'll get to the point where whenever you do end up taking sugar, like I know myself, I found,
Oh, you'll get a crash.
yeah, you will crash.
Oh,
it's a sugar crash. Like, yeah.
Well, hopefully that.
Thankfully, I've kind
I'll
of
just never take sugar again.
I've stopped crashing off things like Monster and energy drinks though. I've kind of, I don't know, I think my body's got used to it, that it knows how to like, you know, just like
regulate.
like drip it through, you know. It's like an IV.
It's like, oh, here he goes again, drinking them fucking Monster cans.
Yeah,
And you're just like,
yeah. Do anything else this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly around playing video games.
Video games?
Video games. I was playing video games all week.
What video games you playing?
So I was playing Sea of Thieves, which you have for the first time played.
I have.
We'll
touch on it. Will we keep that for the after part of the
we'll
podcast?
touch on that.
Yeah. Because this is a
Maybe,
big
maybe I'll
thing
save
for
it.
us.
I just had a really cool experience in it, because I'm still on the fence about that game. Maybe I'll just save that for.
Do you want to save that to the after
We'll
part?
talk about that
Okay,
after.
okay.
Right? But yeah, no, basically I just been just fucking playing games and been very lazy about myself.
Playing games, taking names.
I've been doing a lot of work for the Xite for the channel, but I haven't really been doing any like sort of self betterment work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's making you better. It's making you a better person.
I'd like to be more physical and do more sort of walking about and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier just to go home and I'll edit a podcast.
Yeah, I'll just do a podcast.
That'll make me feel good.
Yeah.
But no, the week's been very, 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 very quiet.
You are very, 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 very lucky, because here we
Yeah.
go. Get set for
Get
one
ready
of the
for the
fucking
whirlwind.
craziest weeks you're about to hear of. All right, here we go. So D, you know that I've been in Liverpool for the past like 3 weeks with work.
Yep.
So I was out in my
Training up.
my training course. Yeah. And I suddenly realized today as well that I don't know if I have to be careful, but I don't want to like publicly come out and just absolutely destroy the company that I now am qualified to work for. So I am going to watch what I say a little bit, but I'll tell you the full story behind closed doors.
Okay.
Off shutter cameras. But anyway, I have a lot to talk about. So obviously Sunday was my flight back. And first things first, got to the airport. Was good. Got to the airport on time. Started off with So the guys that I met that were up there that were also flying from Northern Ireland were like, they were going to the bar, and I was like, I don't want to drink. So I went for Starbucks, because there's only like fucking two things in Belfast International Airport.
There's a
like,
bar and Starbucks.
That's it. Like, yeah. So I went to Starbucks and felt so cool, like, because not that I felt cool in Starbucks, because it's just
You're
something
like,
else.
oh, look at me sitting in Starbucks.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, didn't fucking leave Starbucks. All right, let's get that right.
You can't even leave Starbucks. You can't even take the coffee with you.
No, you can, but I'm just not one. I've how many times have I
not
said
walking
before?
about,
No,
yeah.
I don't do that shit, man. Right? Anyway, I went up. I was like, "Can I get a large Americano?" And he goes, "Do you want me to?" I think he said, "I have to clarify with Sinker." He goes, "Do you want me to make it stronger?" And I just goes, "Just make it as strong as you can, please."
You just fucking loaded it with whiskey or something.
This is where the week started to go like this.
Oh,
Day,
fuck.
right? So I just goes, make it as strong as you can, please. Not knowing, because I don't drink at Starbucks regularly. I don't know what they add. Apparently it's some kind of like, I have to ask Sinker again, but it's like a booster shot or something. I was like, all right, fair enough. Paid for it, got my coffee.
It's cocaine.
Sat down now, sat in the side,
cocaine.
big bag of Coke, Sat in the side of it, Americano ×1. Then it said like this, whatever shot it was, ×5. And I was like, okay, well, he definitely hasn't put like five
Five
of
of
these
them
shots
in. Oh, man.
Took a picture of it, put it on the Instagram, so the proof was there. So was drinking this coffee, and I was like, this is so fucking strong. Like, this is ridiculously strong. Anyway, now I know that you've been wanting to hear about this, T.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, so my heart is starting to go like this, all right, because the coffee's pretty damn strong, right?
I thought you meant now telling the story.
No, well, it kind of is, because there's a pretty. I've had a big week.
You're
T.
getting what do you call that? A flashback.
Yeah, I can't, like my hand's properly shaking, right? So jump onto the flight and sit down. Really, really cool flight actually, because we actually had more leg room this time. I don't know what kind of plane it was, but it was a different plane. Jumped on, lots of leg room. Just before I got on, I used the Wi-Fi in the airport to download some music on Spotify.
Yep.
And one of the things that came to mind was the Interstellar soundtrack that you had told me about beforehand.
Yep.
So obviously I downloaded
No Time for Caution.
No Time for Caution and Cornfield Chase. I listened to Cornfield Chase. I was like, that's pretty cool. Plane was just on the runway, D. We're lining ourselves up, and next thing, No Time for Caution was playing. You know the way you kind of sit there for a wee while first while you get ready to take off? I was just in a world of my own, and next thing, like, this music was like, da, 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 da. It was building.
I'm gonna sample it over.
I'd love if you can, right? And while it was building, like, it's a really fucking grey day outside, like really miserable. And I was like, oh, here we go. And like the music was building. We took off, and it was like, da, 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 da. Next thing we hit like that part where you go through the clouds, and the music was like at its peak, and the plane was like starting to shake, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I have to tell Dee about this. Dee, I shit you not. We went through that, and the plane, like, it like turned like this, all right? Like, I don't know if he had to like line himself up or something, but it felt like we were like a full like 45 degree at one point. And I was like, oh, this music. Like, I was like, it was so fucking epic.
Oh
Next
my
thing,
God.
we take through this little bit of cloud cover, right? Music stops, right?
Yeah.
Goes off. The next song to come on is Coldplay Clocks. And I shit you not, D. The second that music hits, a perfect beam of sun comes through the right-hand side of the plane. And the plane is just filled with this light. And it's like, I was like, no one is going to believe this story, but it fucking happened.
It's like your life has its own personal soundtrack
That's exactly what it was like.
in that
Anyway,
moment.
So replayed like No Time for Caution the whole way across the water. I was like, this is just epic, right? And then
There's no better way
getting
to
off
fly.
the plane, obviously, I was still in like the Hans Zimmer folder or whatever, just hit shuffle. Next thing, Time came on. And like, if you've ever seen Inception and you know where time is used in Inception, like
Beautiful.
I felt like I was a wanted man at the airport,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like,
But
you
you
know,
were confidently
I was
walking
walking
away.
in, and the music was building to the big crescendo, and like you had to have your documents out, and like there's absolutely no reason for me to fear walking in the Liverpool airport.
No.
But I kind of had like this fear walking up to the guy at the
Like, yeah.
desk, and I wanted them so much to like just scan my passport and go, have a nice trip or have a nice day, Mr. Callahan. He just went, all right, go on ahead. And I was like, But anyway, Time was playing. It was epic. The flight was fucking. If you can get the soundtrack in while I was telling that story, that'll be excellent.
I'll play it over.
D, you got to there that night. Okay, a couple of weird things happened. D, So I'm buzzing on caffeine. All right, I am absolutely fucking. I'm hyped on caffeine. I'm only after 5 shots of this Starbucks shit. I am absolutely buzzing, and I'm maybe starting to see things that aren't really
There.
there. So
That doesn't sound too good, Chris.
we pull up. We're sitting outside the accommodation. It's like across the road, and like you look up and you can kind of see there's a big like line of windows, and it goes round the corner and it's lit up because it's the only part of the building that's lit. And you can see a couple of heads and stuff. I'm like, all right, the guys that I'm with are here. And then I had to do a double take because I was like, did I just fucking see a T-Rex
What?
up there? I was like, hang on a minute. And then I was like, no.
I better check.
I'm
I better
like,
double check.
I look
that.
up, I shit you not, there's the fucking giant T-Rex head walking back and forth the window. And I'm like, what? Is anybody else seeing the T-Rex? Then it hits me what had happened. Last week, one of the guys I was with was like, we were just talking. He was like, yeah, this place is finally broke me. And he was like, how funny would it be if like they look back in the cameras and there's just like a fucking T-Rex walking about the place? Like we broke him. He was like, I tell you what, I'm going to order the costume now. And we were like, oh, you'll never do it. I looked up, the son of a bitch did it. He ordered a fucking giant inflatable T-Rex outfit. I swear to God, I was that fucking high on caffeine right there. I thought I was in a fucking Steven Spielberg movie. I look up, I'm like,
it happened.
Anyway, we walk in, this guy Connor, he has bought this T-Rex outfit, and it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I'll show you a picture of it.
It's not them. It's not that one that. Is it like a life looking one? No?
Yeah.
Is it not that one that you've seen it? It's like this
It kicks
guy playing.
fans.
This guy playing fucking basketball, wearing a full on. It's like a Velociraptor suit.
I've never seen that video.
No, it is a T-Rex suit because he's got no hands. It's
Yeah,
fucking
there's like
hilarious.
just two wee arms here. Yeah.
Oh, they're very cool.
Anyway, it's the fucking most amazing thing I've ever seen. We got there. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to structure this whole thing because it's been a crazy week. Yeah, that night, my alarm was set for 5 a.m. because I was in the earlies. 2:30 approached. I was still lying in bed, wide awake, with my heart still fucking racing from the coffee.
What time did you get the coffee at? Sorry,
I had the coffee about 5 p.m.
My God,
I don't know what happened after that. That whole evening was just a blur. Seeing all the guys again, and it was like. It was just crazy, man. It was just, I was lying there at 2:30. I was like, oh my God, I have to get up for work. An assessment. I'm being assessed tomorrow in store. And I'm lying here. I literally just felt like I closed my, it felt like the adrenaline was still there when I woke the next morning at 5. It was crazy. Went to work that day. That was okay. Came home. The next day, the kind of similar thing happened. Monday night, didn't sleep at all. Over 3 nights, I had 8 hours sleep.
You're fucked, man.
Really, really bad. I don't know what happened. It's something kicked in and I just couldn't sleep. And I wasn't even drinking that much caffeine, but woke Tuesday morning and it was the day that I had to run the shift in store. I was being marked in that, and I was like, it's all right, I'll get up. I had like about 2.5, 3 hours sleep, and I was like, I'm just gonna get up. My alarm was due to go at 5. I woke at 4:30, and I was like, well, there's no point in going back to sleep. Yeah. I'll jump up now. I'll get a nice hot shower, get a breakfast, get ready to go. So strip down, walk in, big massive shower, class thing, right? Stand in there, turn the water on.
Freezing cold.
The entire building's hot water supply just kicked the bucket.
That's the best thing for you early in the morning.
No, D.
Yes,
no, at fucking 4:30 in the morning.
Get you well woken up.
I was standing there and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. I can barely see from tiredness and all I need is a hot shower. And this is just.
Did you persevere? Did you take your
No,
cold shower?
I didn't take the cold shower that morning. I took one the next morning, but that morning
they didn't have it fixed?
No, they did have a fix. I chose the next morning. I took a hot shower, turned it to cold before I got
I like
out.
to do that. That's a good experience.
Yeah, it's a good. Let me think what else happened then. So went to store, did all that, got marked D. The whole thing was just fucking bullshit. Like there was so many of us coming. The good thing was I was with like this kind of group. So we had a big group and then our group kind of broke down into a smaller group and we kind of had similar experiences. We were coming back and we were just fucking venting. Like it was proper. We were convinced that it was just all a Big Brother game, D. Like they were just watching us, seeing how long it would take to break. Completely, D. Like it was like you were getting all this like positive feedback and all this energy all throughout the week and then they'd score you and they'd be like, yeah, you only got a 2 this week. And you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah, they were just properly playing with your head all week and we were just convinced that was their game. Like
That was the test.
That was the test.
Yeah. How do you deal with
with feedback? You know, a couple of us dealt with it really well, and I obviously have to give shout outs to Psycho Sid and Mental Mickey, who didn't so much deal with the feedback as well as the rest of us.
Well, I mean, when you call someone Psycho Sid, I don't imagine it's gonna be.
Yeah, I swear to God. I'll explain that a little bit to you after.
Cool. When you initially said that, I thought you were saying like PSN names or gamer tags or something.
No, just Psycho Sid.
That's
just walked about with us.
Cool.
Most of us fearing for our lives most of the time that there would be a knife or gun pulled at some point, but I don't know. But anyway, so apart from all this sleep, Wednesday came around. It was our last morning in store. At that point, we knew it was over. We had done all we can. The scoring was kind of done.
Yeah.
No more we could do apart from the final exam Friday. So everyone was pretty happy. We were all kind of getting drinks on the Wednesday night. I had some wine. Haven't drank in a very long time, so the wine just it hit me fucking hard. It hit me really hard and really bad. We had an amazing night that night. Everyone got round. Everyone was in such good fucking humor. Let me think. We played Cards Against Humanity. My first time playing that.
Good fun.
Like, man, it was dark at times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can say some of the things on this podcast that came up. I probably shouldn't.
No.
I'm not going to.
Don't. No.
I'm not going to.
We've already been flagged once.
Yeah, we have. But that came up. We played some Cards Against Humanity. We just talked shit. We played like, what do you call that game where you tilt the thing out and you gotta like act out like the thing that's on the screen of the phone. It's
oh
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm describing it really poorly. Just had good night's crack with the guys. Turns out right. Okay. So first of all, I'll give out the shout to all the guys that were there. So to Connor, Amy, Emily, Ariane, Mark, Leah. I think that was the group that we kind of stayed with.
That's some crew.
Ryan.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure there was one more. I'm really sorry if I.
Oh my God, you're gonna get a hit message tonight.
Big
let
time.
me tell you.
I have no idea. Anyway,
Sounds like a good crew though.
really good crew, really good.
crew.
Like probably like couldn't have asked for like a better bunch to be with throughout that entire thing, man. Because we all kept each other so fucking positive the entire time. Turns out one of the girls that was there. Ellie as well. I knew it. I don't know how I forgot her actually. But turns out one of the girls that's there is actually a published author.
My God.
Did not like completely struck me. Like I was like,
that's a really cool thing.
she goes, I'm a published author. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, I'm a published author. I was like, okay. I was like, what kind of stuff? She
erotic fiction, right?
Erotic fiction,
Yeah.
right there. No, dystopian future writing.
Oh, cool.
I was like, that is incredible. Thing is, though,
and there's always the thing.
yeah, that's it. Like, that's the thing. I don't know if this is like a female thing or if it's just a thing. She wouldn't give me like the link to her site. She was like, if you'll find it eventually, she said, because she goes, it's not hard. Like it's, she's Welsh. She's a dystopian future writer, and she's been trending on Tumblr before.
So she's well known.
Well, I don't know, but like I was like, can you not just give me like the link to your stuff, and we'll read it, and I'd love to like shout out. She's like, no. I was like, come on.
That makes you want it so much more.
I know.
We should do that.
It's a game.
We're a gaming channel, but
you can't.
We're not telling you where to find us. Okay. no, seriously, we're on YouTube. Xite Gaming. You just look us.
Subscribe.
We'll send you the link.
Yeah, turns out she is
that is a what is it? It's a confidence move.
It's a confident move, is right. Yeah.
It's like you want to look her up now.
Well, like I want to
find that.
I mean, I want to. What do I start with? What do I start with? Like a Welsh dystopian future. All I'm going to get is people writing about how Wales is going to break down, and I actually learned some Welsh.
Wales is already broken.
A lot of the group was Welsh.
Really?
Can
they speak Welsh?
Yes,
fairly well.
It's weird, right? Here's my fucking grievance with it, right?
Right.
Right. So we have Gaeilge here, and it's like it's different, right? Welsh is just ludicrous. We're literally taking a word full of consonants and very little vowels, and it's a lot of this. I swear to God, it's not a. I swear to God, it sounded Arabic, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it means like such and such," and I was like,
"Does it?
Of course it does." There's actually like this train station name, and it's like, I'm not joking you. It must be like it's like 35 letters long.
Don't they have in Wales? They have like the longest town name. In the
it's
world.
like Hamlisha Bala Gogo. I'm fucking Pandy Gogo. I don't know. And
Pandy Gogo.
I was like, that makes perfect sense. So I learned a bit of Welsh, taught them a bit of Irish.
Did you? What did you say to them?
Kajemra tattoo.
Nice one.
It's the only bit Irish I know.
That means be well.
Be well. There you go. Be
Doesn't
well.
mean that.
I had no idea.
You should have shown them your Irish intro to this podcast.
I didn't even know we had one, D, until I
Do
found
you remember
it.
doing it?
I remember. I remember. Yeah, it's true. Actually,
It's brilliant. It means something like, "Hello and welcome to I live in the Xite Gaming podcast."
Yeah, forgive us our trespasses. Yeah, that's what it meant. So yeah, no, we had a really good group, man. It was very, very good. But anyway, yeah, had the wine that night, D, right?
Steaming.
This is the hard part, right?
Paralytic. I know who you're getting away, Chris.
Thursday morning, 8:30 a.m. The
Busting
start
ahead.
of a 5-hour HR lecture.
Oh. HR.
D. Like, I didn't know what to
What's
expect.
the point?
Right? Right. So I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, it feels like I have literally been drinking all fucking night. I was like, what
I
is
had
this?
one
Like,
small glass of wine.
yeah, I was like, what is this? So I went downstairs. I was like, I need to get fresh air, but not a great idea. Went into the store, got painkillers, and bought a bunch of bananas.
A bunch of bananas.
I ate all the bananas,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, this isn't making me well at all. The rest of the guys came in. A couple of them were
Eating
groggy.
can be dodgy.
I swear to God, man, I sat in the HR lecture, and if you wanted to, you couldn't have found a more boring man to take the lecture.
God.
I think they do it in it was all a
in
fucking
badness.
game, man. I swear to God, he had the most timid, placid voice.
Ah.
And I was just like, oh my. For the first hour, I sat, and I'm not joking, the guy beside me will clarify this, sat shaking because I thought I was going to either A, throw up, or B, fall asleep. A couple of the other guys were like, yeah, we were
Fucking
looking
hell.
over at you, and you looked like you were going to boke. I was like, man. Anyway, I had to get up
Don't
and
know
leave
how
the
close it came.
classroom, go like splash water in my face, go in. I had to pick up like a little packet of Haribo and throw them in just to get sugar. Try to keep myself awake. It was an absolute horrible experience. But we finally got our break, and as the day went on, it kind of got better and better.
5 hours of HR.
5 hours of HR, then a quick break, and then we had vetting and well-being in the afternoon.
Fun day.
Swear to
Fun
God,
day.
D, absolutely horrible. D, it turns out I passed my course anyway.
Hey!
Yay, passed it. And a massive congratulations to all the guys that were with me as well for passing. And to those that are still there, if you're watching this podcast on the Monday, good luck this week. Just take it fucking day by day.
And remember, it's all a test.
It's all a fucking mind game.
They're
Yeah,
they're fucking
absolutely.
with you.
And just get ready. Just enjoy it, because like as much as I moped and groped about
Moped. That's weird.
moped,
That's weird.
yeah, about it.
As much as I mopped.
As much as I mopped about, like it was still really enjoyable. The people were enjoyable.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
shit was not.
The whole course is bullshit.
But yeah, really, really top notch group of people, man. Like fucking hope we kind of stay in contact here and there, and that I'm gonna have to find this fucking Welsh author as well. And to the stones that like the guy Connor had to buy a T-Rex outfit. I mean, they're definitely looking back in the cameras and seeing a Tyrannosaurus Rex running about the complex.
Hopefully they had a shot of coffee like you had, and they're doubting what they're seeing as well.
Is this real?
They're just like,
Is
holy
that-
shit? I gotta go easy.
Yeah.
on
Also,
them.
the fire alarm went off one morning. I was in the shower,
My God.
and you have to evacuate the building.
Did you have to? Do the whole
You had to, but I didn't.
sakes? You didn't?
No, well, I was in the shower. T. What was I supposed to do?
So
Get
they're
out?
just like going through the building, going, "There's someone still in here.
Me la,
We need
la,
a fire
la.
crew. We need
No.
a fire crew in here."
It's such a stupid concept. Anyway,
A fire drill.
no, it's like
Those idiots.
the steam from the
Fire doesn't
bathroom
actually
sets off
happen.
the fire alarm in the entire building.
You set it off.
Well, it might have done. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sure a lot of people were taking a shower when I did.
Yeah, it was probably just a drill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it, D.
Sure, a fairly eventful week.
A serious eventful week. And to all the guys there, fuck you. They'll know what it means. But yeah, an eventful
Not sure they'll
week.
be able to crack that code, Chris.
Not even a little bit. Stay strong though, guys. Stay strong. You'll finish off this week strong.
I like the way it was a very generic. You'll finish off this week. That's just a factual statement. But
Yeah, the week will come to an end, and you will finish.
but it sounded very reassuring and very what do you call that word? Motivational.
I'm a motivational person, D.
Yeah, that's what you're qualified for. Motivational speaking.
Obviously.
That's what I assume.
Yeah.
I didn't
Definitely.
really pay much attention to that story.
Not even a little
that
bit.
you just told.
Yeah, D, I had a fucking immense week. Not immense week, an immensely busy week.
So you flew home on the Friday.
Flew home on Friday.
On Good Friday.
Yeah, Ashley met me at the airport. We got some food. Yeah, that was yesterday.
That's yesterday.
That was yesterday. Yeah. Oh, do you know what we watched last night as a family? I made my family sit down and watch this. Every one of us.
No, don't know.
George of the Jungle.
Awesome. Brilliant.
Right?
Everyone should sit down and watch that as a
There
family.
are at least a million flaws in the movie.
Doesn't matter.
Incredible. That's what made it
Yeah.
better.
That's exact. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
No, and John Cleese as a giant talking ape. Nailed it.
Is that who that is?
That's who that was.
Didn't even reconcile that. It was on not so long, maybe like but 6 months ago on like ITV or something, and I watched the second half of it, and it was excellent.
Yeah, definitely.
Him swinging on the Golden Bridge on a cable suspension bridge.
Right?
It made no sense.
But it's
It
unbelievable.
was brilliant.
First of all, how did he even get up there? It doesn't even matter.
It's
Second
George
of all,
the fucking Jungle, Chris.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
He does what he wants.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, we had a big movie talk in Liverpool as well about all these different movies.
Brendan Fraser.
I have got to see a lot. Brendan Fraser is the
I'd like
fucking
to see
guy.
more of him.
I want to see more of him, and then suddenly none of him. He was great in Scrubs, though.
He was
Very good as
my
Ben.
God.
Yeah, very, very good in Scrubs.
Don't get me on that emotional trip, hey. Don't get
I'm
me
sorry.
there.
No, let's stay strong.
Did you fast yesterday on the Goodest of Fridays?
I did not fast.
Nor did I.
Did you fast?
I
No.
did for the first half of the day, not really intentionally, but as you know,
I slowed.
I tend not to eat breakfast, so like I was good up until like my first meal. I was like at 1 o'clock, and I was like, well, this is sweet. I can eat twice again today, but just no meat. And I was like, I could do that. So 6 o'clock came, and I was like getting ready. We did the D&D thing last night.
You did D&D?
So I was like, I'll get some food before that. And I was like, you know what? Haven't had meat today yet. I might as well just eat non-meat things.
Yeah.
I had like pasta. I was like, good. That's good. We're making good progress here.
Yeah.
And then I got there and there was sweets there, and I was like, you know what? I'm not all that into fasting. And I just
Fasting's overrated.
I just tore
Yeah.
into it. Unless you count that like absolute gorge of sweets as one meal.
I would, of
Then
course.
those were sweet, and I didn't eat
mean,
meat.
did you eat it all in
Did you
kind of
eat
one sitting in one room without leaving the room, apart from the
It
toilet?
was over the course of 6 hours. So
Yeah,
no.
but you were still in the room.
And I didn't go to the toilet. No,
Well, that's all. It's all one meal.
one meal.
That's
I did have a one slice of pepperoni pizza. That's what fucked me up.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
But
you're good.
whatever. We're all good. We're all good. That
Yeah.
might have been past midnight. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
But that brings us to today, D.
That brings us to
And
today, which
what
is
a
Good
day-
Saturday.
What a
Regular Saturday.
regular Saturday. What a day we've already had. Big things happening up here in this kind of studio that
Oh,
you can't see kind of behind the camera there.
God, there is no behind the camera. The camera's flat against the wall. No, no. Got Gary there behind the
You're
camera.
a good guy.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Yeah, right. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's do our normal segment. We'll do the news,
Yeah.
and then we'll
yeah.
touch on that there.
Okay, good.
Obviously, before we begin the news, thank you everybody for finding this podcast on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube and you want to take us with you on the go, remember you can find it over at iTunes. You can also find us on Stitcher Radio and any other podcast hosting service. Do find and keep up to date with us on all our social media. Just search for Xite or Team Xite on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
That's right. That's right.
With all that being said, D, let's kick off the news this week. What have you got?
Um,
Film, news?
I've got bits and
TV,
pieces. I'm
game?
going to start with some game news first
All right,
up.
start with some game news.
Okay, there's a game that I played. It was on the 360, and it was a pretty good game. I kind of fairly enjoyed it. A Red Faction Guerrilla. Do you remember this game?
I remember this game being the most destructive game at the time.
Yeah.
You could destroy everything.
You could basically, if it wasn't like the ground, like the earth, it was any building, everything was destructible.
It kind of crumbled. Yeah.
Yeah, you had this like big like power sledge. You could destroy things
Crumble,
like.
crumble.
Is that a song or?
It's trouble, I think, but I use crumble.
That worked. Well, anyway, this game is getting it's set. You're aware of it's not on Earth, like it's set on Mars.
Mars, yeah.
It's Red Faction, and there's like this whole like push to like liberate Mars from like the Earth Federation. I didn't really pay attention to the story, but like it was a fun game. But they are making Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition. Did you like that pun?
I'm
guys?
gonna ask you to please never do that again.
This isn't me. This is the name of
serious?
the
That's
game.
actually what it's
This
called.
is what it's called.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Steve.
Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition.
I was literally gonna ask
going
you
to
when you get
PC.
to bed last night. How long that take you?
No, I'm as serious as a heart attack, Chris.
Oh my days.
I think so. This article has called it that, so I'm assuming that's what it is. That's
Where's the article
no,
from?
the article is from the publisher THQ Nordic. So yeah, that's it. Remastered Edition. You heard it here first.
Don't buy that. Everyone listening to this podcast, don't
Go
buy it.
in, but that's a class name, right?
Remastered.
Remastered. At least they're having a bit of fun with it, Chris.
No, you can have fun with it without doing that.
No, you can't.
You can.
Can't.
Like,
No, remasters are a dime a dozen these days, and I don't like that. So at least they're being unique about it.
yeah, true.
Everyone's
actually,
making a fucking remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was some gaming news. It's been quiet related to gaming news.
Very
to be
quiet
honest
this week.
with you.
Yeah. See, I've had. Oh yeah, go on ahead.
Well, yeah, go on, you there.
I've had some more time to think about the Tomb Raider movie experience that we had last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going up or down with this?
I'm staying put. I'm not going up nor down.
Okay, fair enough. You just thought about it
Still
more.
stand by it, yeah. Alicia Vikander, solid movie shit.
Yeah. We're going to recut that. We're going to edit that into a good film.
Oh yeah,
Someday.
we will. Yeah, we'll just take out
Someday.
all the bullshit and
Yeah.
we'll make
It'll be like
we'll
a
make a good
7-minute
film. Out of
film.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
It'll just be Alicia Vikander fighting at the start, and that'll be it.
Pretty much.
So we got Games with Gold, and we got PS Plus games this month. For April on PSN, you have Mad Max and Trackmania Turbo.
Okay.
Mad Max is like an interesting looking game.
It is, yeah.
Um,
It did not score really high, or was that the movie?
The movie is very good.
I
Fury
thought the
Road.
game scored pretty high.
I think the game did pretty okay as well. Yeah. I guess kind of like open world ish.
Yeah.
And there's like dust storms and stuff going on. I haven't paid much attention to that game, but it's free on PSN, so why the fuck not pick it up? It's also free if you've got the Game Pass, which I have like another couple of days off for free, but I don't think I'm going to get it.
Nope.
But it's free, and yeah, Trackmania Turbo, which I don't know about.
Nah.
But it's free. So yeah.
If it's free, you buy it.
Or
Or purchase it.
yeah, you buy it.
I mean, yeah.
You just download that bitch.
Yeah.
Games with Gold is Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which I think is the one that's set in London.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of that's one of out of the Assassin's Creed games that I've missed. That's the one I'm most interested in.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
Because after 3, I didn't play any of them until
Yeah.
I didn't play any of them after 3.
Yeah. Have you played Origins?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Stellar.
Origins has changed the formula massively.
Yeah,
But there
big
was
time.
there was Unity, and then there was Black Flag, and then there
Unity,
was
Blackbird,
Syndicate. And I think Syndicate was the one before this one, or maybe
Yeah.
there was another one. I don't know. I don't really care. But Origins, sorry, Unity and Black Flag didn't really interest me at all. But
No.
the Syndicate one looked. I might pick it up if it's there, and the Witness, which again I don't know about,
Nah.
but it's
nothing
free if you have that.
Yeah.
So go get it. Go get it.
Go get some.
Go
I'm
get
thinking
it.
more about how I want Fallout 4 to come to Switch. You know, it's a little bit
I
random.
definitely want that to happen. If
But
they
I-
can bring Skyrim, they can bring.
I kind of had a discussion with one of the guys out there in Liverpool, and we were kind of saying how like the Switch is just fucking killing it at the minute.
The Switch
You know,
has just
Nintendo
had
was just solid,
unprecedented success.
and it's like they will do this. Like, of course they will do this. It will come to Switch. I think eventually.
Well, you see, it's not really. This is what's so weird about the Switch's success. It's not really in their hands. It's up to Bethesda to decide. Okay, are we going to put the money and energy and resources into making a port for the Switch?
Yeah.
You know, like it's up to them. The Switch, they'll have some impact. Nintendo will say like, "Well, yeah, come on, you can do it. It'll be fun. Yeah, blah blah."
Yeah.
But like, it's up to Bethesda. But so many studios have just went like, "Well, you know what? This Switch is doing really well. Let's get in on
Yeah.
the ground floor."
And kudos to those guys for doing it.
Well, yeah, it's good for us. It's good for them. But
Good for this family.
good for this family, for this Xite gaming community,
Yeah.
and the XGC. That's a thing now. It's established.
It's
it.
not. It's not a thing.
It's
not.
It's a really large community.
No.
But they go to a different
Just
school.
make J Squared a thing first, D.
They go to a different school, so you don't know about them. Black Panther has become domestically, as in the US, the highest grossing superhero film
Of all time.
$630 million.
Yeah, it's taking $1 billion in total revenue.
Worldwide
Yeah.
revenue. That is not adjusted for inflation, though. So the film it has now ousted as the best ever superhero film is The Avengers. But if you account for inflation, The Avengers did slightly better. Yeah, it's fourth behind Avengers, Dark Knight, and Spider-Man. So those films actually got more if you account for the fact that...
What's your favorite superhero movie of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yes, Batman counts as a superhero.
Well, yeah, obviously he's a superhero, but the Dark Knight trilogy feels like more of a serious take on superheroes. Like,
Still counts.
so overall, it's Dark Knight.
Okay.
But if you're talking about like as in just the Dark Knight, not the
Mhm.
Dark Knight Rises, if you're talking about like superhero-y films, like kind of like more traditional superhero
Alright, okay.
films,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man,
Okay.
Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man
Okay.
1.
I was talking to someone recently, D, who says that they hated
Tobey Maguire.
hated Tobey Maguire.
Well, they're wrong.
Right? Tobey Maguire was great.
It's unfortunate for you, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's unfortunate that you're wrong there. Yeah.
Tell you what, Andrew Garfield's not my Spider-Man.
Nope.
No, sure, not my president. God, he was awful as Spider-Man. Anyway, yeah,
Thank
Black
you.
Panther's doing cleaning up. It's been cleaning up for weeks. This just confirms it.
Yeah.
Cements its place as one of the best superhero
We
films
still
of all
haven't
time.
seen it.
And I'm not going to. in
No,
the cinema.
neither am I.
I'm gonna get it on DVD.
It's going to be one of the best that I haven't watched in cinema, yeah. And that's
Um,
fine. I'm okay with that.
I think Infinity War will take back
Yeah.
the Avengers spot
Mhm.
as best ever, and then I think few short weeks later, Deadpool's going to take that again.
Speaking of which, I watched Deadpool last weekend after we podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
That's a
watched the
great
original
film.
Deadpool. Fucking fantastic, D.
beautiful point, Chris, because we can now segue onto my next piece of news. Smooth as you like. despite the fact I've now brought attention to it.
Yeah, stop
Whatever.
drawing attention to it and maybe just go into the news.
No, I like my way better. FX, so that's like
Yeah.
Fox's TV channel, cancels Marvel's Deadpool animated TV show,
Right.
which was going to be brought to us by Donald Glover, who's actually in Black Panther.
yeah.
It all fucking connects. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's like one big ball of superhero mess.
But this has been cancelled, and initially reports came out it was like Donald Glover just doesn't have time to make this show. And I was kind of like, well, he's pretty busy. He's got his own TV show. He's a musician. He's a comedian, and he has like films that he's doing. He's incredibly successful right now. But it kind of came out that he said he didn't have enough time, and then he tweeted a couple of days after that, or maybe a day after that. He was like, "No, I have enough time. They're just not making the TV show,
Yeah.
or something to that effect." He was kind of pissed about it, and now it's now come out that it's to do with so the rights to Deadpool are owned by Fox. The live action film with Ryan Reynolds was one of its best ever films.
Features, yeah.
So they don't want to lose this property. But Disney are buying Fox, and Disney have Marvel.
Of course they are.
And so essentially, it's this big rights issue that they can't get resolved, and they're
Yeah.
not allowing any new properties to be made under that name.
All right.
So it'll be basically until Disney fully buys out Fox, and then we might get it. I've seen some test footage for it. It looked fucking superb.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Speaking of just this series, is the Witcher series still going ahead?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Netflix, yeah. Is it still going ahead?
Well, last I heard, they have their pilot written and ready.
Have you heard any more about the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit series?
I haven't heard it. Is it The Hobbit?
Oh, it's Middle Earth, isn't it?
I think it's just
It's just
Middle Earth.
Middle-earth, yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's set
I don't-
between The Hobbit and the
And the Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
We have a lot of Lord of the Rings to talk about coming up here today, D.
Yeah, we do.
Very much so.
We're gonna get all into that business.
Yeah.
I think that's all my news though.
Yeah? I'm happy enough
Um,
to seg you.
I think there was another piece of news that I kind of forget. I didn't write it down. 'Cause
You say it was a quiet week in terms of what happened, but just not when it happened to us. Does that make
We
sense?
had busy weeks,
Yeah.
but the industry at large did not.
Well, we're in the industry, D.
Well, yeah, it's true.
When you know,
We're pretty
you know.
big deal.
Yeah, you ready to go into?
Our main
Okay, so
topic?
our main topic this week kind of comes from a couple of questions that we got during the weeks from you guys. So D, first of all, I want to start with the question that kind of came from Tommy Duffy.
Mm-hmm.
He asked, could I explain, first of all, the time that we were supposed to watch Lord of the Rings, which is a story that I'll tell. It's actually quite a good story. And then furthermore on that, what is the best TV show or film binge watch that you've ever done, or kind of series or anything like that? Ever a time, D? I'm kind of elaborating on the question a little bit, but at a time that you kind of just watch certain films like back to back, or
Yeah, just right through.
yeah. What is the best that you've had? So first of all, I'll start off. A couple of years ago, you know Tommy anyway.
Yep.
He would be my auntie's husband now, so he's my uncle by marriage.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
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 So we set out all week. This was during the summer, and we talked about it for weeks in advance. We were like, so we're gonna watch Lord of the Rings. He was like, yeah, absolutely. It's like, so we're just gonna watch them all in one night. Yeah, absolutely. Get psyched, like, get really fucking pumped for it. It's like, great. He's like, so I'm gonna come down to your house. It's like Friday. I'll pick you up Friday, and we'll start watching them. So he came down to the house like 12. That's fine. We're talking about it all the way up the road. He's like, this is gonna be excellent. He's like, yeah. And he was like, so how long are the films that you have? And I was like, I don't know. I thought you knew that. He was like, why would I know that? I don't have the film. And I was like, well, neither do I.
Small issue.
Small issue with us binge watching The Lord of the Rings was that neither of us actually had Lord of the Rings. We both assumed that each other had it. Turns out none of us did. I did have them briefly before that, but that's because I borrowed them off someone else.
Yeah.
At this point, I did not have them. So we took off to Monaghan. We went to Extravision at the time, and we seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It was €20. He bought them.
That's grand.
And we head back to his house. We didn't get started until 4:15, and we finished at 3:30 that night.
Yeah, that's a push.
Yeah.
4:15.
It was, but still, it was incredible. I mean, it's intense.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
intense. These are the non-special edition, non-extended edition,
Yeah,
obviously.
because that just wouldn't be possible in a night.
No, not in the night. No. They're intense. They're fucking brilliant. But they're intense. And we did it. We did it back to back. We had some good snacks.
Yep.
And that was probably one of the best times I've had. Now that is a tradition that I've kept on. And a couple of years ago, well, I say a couple of years ago, it's 7 years ago now. We all went down to my uncle's house in County Clare, and we were just sitting there, D, and we I think we just stuck on the Lord of the Rings like it's as background noise or something. And as the kind of day went on, we kind of got more and more into them. And we just, and it eventually ended up in us over the Easter weekend watching all of the special edition Lord of the Rings. And from that, every single year, I've kept that tradition. From Good Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I have watched all of the Lord of the Rings special edition after Ashley bought them for me. Extended edition. Unbelievable. Because the film breaks it up so nicely. It gives you like one half of the movie on one disc and then you have to swap the disc over. So it's not like,
that's insane. Like,
but it's brilliant. Every single Easter. And I'm going to have to try to fit at least one in this Easter somewhere. I have to.
You're behind schedule, Chris.
I am behind schedule, yeah. So my question, D, in a roundabout way to you this week is, have you got any traditions involving anything? And what is the best kind of film, binge, or whatever that you've ever kind of done? Or can you think of any that you've just been like, this
one
is
that
fucking
sticks
class?
in my head. I don't even know if it was a full-on binge, but it was me and you, and it was like completely random. I don't know if you remember this. We were sitting it was in your room. I was staying over at yours, and I think it's just started off with background noise. We put on the Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes.
Yes. Of course I remember this, D.
And it was fairly late. It was like maybe like 9 or 10 o'clock, whenever we put this on. We're just going to watch one and then do something else. But then I don't know if it was all three. It might have just been like 2 and 3. Or was it all 3?
I'm pretty sure it was all 3.
Yeah, so then we stuck the second one on right after. We're like, fuck it, we're into this now. We watched it.
We're committed, yeah.
And then by that point, it was pretty late. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Easy,
and I was just like, no, we got to watch the third one.
We have to go for it, yeah.
And we stuck it out.
We did.
Watched it, yeah.
We did, yeah. I remember that, yeah.
2 or 3 then films.
Yeah,
I remember that one. Like, that was just
I remember breaking it like 1. Do you remember every time we always stayed at like each other's house? It was always like at 1 o'clock in the morning. We'd just take this notion for tea. And we just go and make tea and toast.
Go and make fucking
tea. And it was always at 1 o'clock. Yeah. We just have tea and toast. And I remember doing that and then coming back up and just taking back into Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. Incredible.
Carrots of the Caribbean.
Carrots of the Caribbean, yes.
My God. Like, that's one that just sticks in my head as like a binge. I know, because it was just completely impromptu.
That's a great one, actually. Yeah, that's very, very good.
There's other shows, that, like Netflix in particular, like I've done that. With a lot of shows, I've decided I'm going to watch all of this tonight. I'm going to watch the rest of it.
One of my proudest moments is when I became unemployed. I was unemployed I think 2 years ago, 3 years ago maybe, before I started in the cinema. And like one of my first weeks unemployed, Extravision was going into liquidation. So me and my brother walked in one day and he literally just went, here's 100 quid, what can I buy? And he cleaned up, like he bought everything. Like.
He cleared house.
And he got like the girl behind the desk was just like, yeah, you can have that too. But in that he picked up The Walking Dead seasons 1 to 5 on Blu-ray for 20 or 30 quid. And I watched 1 to 5 in 5 days. 5 series in 5 days.
Run,
I was just I put one on. I was like, I want to get into this. And of course, like the first season's only like 6 episodes, so I had it done like a day.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then the more they went on, and I was like, oh my God, this is incredible, D. This is unbelievable. That's one of my proudest moments was that. I watched a lot of stuff when I was unemployed. Every year, at least once a year, I usually do Lost as well, or at least every 2 years.
I'm trying not to do it once a year, but
it's not like I set out and I'm like, okay, it's time to do Lost. It's normally like, I'll just put on like my favorite episode, and then it's like, no, I can't do this. I'm gonna watch the entire thing.
It's happened. Like I've said this about 4 or 5 times. It's like this last couple of months and these last couple of weeks, it's come up more and more. I've spotted it more and more. Lost this and lost that, and listening to songs, from the soundtrack. And I don't know if it was you or who mentioned it, but someone mentioned the constant scene to me, and I watched it obviously because you can't just think about it.
Have you seen our YouTube search history?
No.
Literally the other night I watched the constant scene.
You know what I mean? Like,
God.
it's happening a lot. I can just feel myself. It's sitting there. I've got the fucking show season 1. I have it in DVD, and I'm ready just to stick it in one night, and then that's it.
That's it. You're going to be committed at that point.
And I watched it last year or the year before.
Yeah, you
did.
did.
Give me the DVDs.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen soon. I can feel it. But that's one I just whenever that happens.
Yeah. I'm trying to think any more films I've been. Star Wars. I did all those relatively quickly. Right before I started my job now that I'm in. Again, unemployment, bitch. I was put obviously on suspension from my old job that time. They were still paying me to not go to work. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to make the most of this situation, and I'm going to binge watch Star Wars on Blu-ray, and it was incredible. You lent me Rogue One.
That's right. Yeah, so you could fill in the gap.
The only one I didn't watch was The Force Awakens because I had a plan that
haven't seen it, right?
I was going to watch The Force Awakens and the next day go and see The Last Jedi. And it came to that day, and I was like, I can't I had started work at this point, and I was like, I can't. So I was like, I'll just watch like a quick recap, and
Have you seen the Force Awakens yet?
No, not yet. No. I think I know everything I need to know.
Yeah.
That I could still enjoy The Last Jedi.
It's a pretty good film. Like,
Yeah.
but then now that I've seen the two of them,
Yeah.
I've seen the Force Awakens twice now.
Yeah.
The second time it didn't do nearly as much for me as it did on initially
Yeah.
seeing it in the cinema. And The Last Jedi, whilst I enjoyed it in cinema, it's not going to be a film that ever blows me away.
No.
So I'm kind of like Star Wars, kind of like rear view mirror for me.
Yeah.
Not really looking forward to what's coming next, but I will watch it. A show I like to watch around Christmas is Band of Brothers.
Oh.
I've done that twice in my life, and I'd like to do it again. I have it on Blu-ray, unopened.
I love traditions, man.
I bought.
I love hearing people's
Remember
traditions.
that time I bought the Pacific on Blu-ray, and I was just
Brilliant.
like, I really wanted Band of Brothers.
You bought the specific?
but the Pacific was there.
You bought the specific?
The Pacific, yeah.
You specifically bought the
Specifically
Pacific on Blu-ray.
Yeah. I wanted Band of Brothers, but the Pacific was there, and I just took it.
Which one do you prefer out of those two?
Oh, I think I don't even rate the Pacific anywhere near Band of Brothers. Band
Yeah?
of Brothers is twice as good as it. In my opinion.
My brother Aaron recently watched both of those back to back, and he
Yeah.
rates the Pacific higher.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand that. Really.
No, well, he's wrong, D.
Well,
obviously.
yeah. Obviously, he's wrong.
You know, his opinion is a moo point, D.
Yeah, it's a cow's opinion.
Yeah,
Chris.
exactly, a moo point.
But I have it. I got it on Blu-ray like the day after I got the Pacific, and I started watching Pacific. I was like, I'm getting the Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
Not the Band, just Band of Brothers. So I bought it, and I got it delivered from Amazon or whatever, and it arrived, and I was like, I'll watch that after the Pacific, and I didn't, and it's still sealed,
Excellent.
untouched,
Yeah.
sitting on my desk. I'm gonna watch it.
I watched
Eventually.
the last year as well, right before when I worked in the cinema. One good thing was it had phenomenal internet. And I would take my laptop in to upload the videos from thingy for our channel or whatever. I feel comfortable enough to just say this now. I downloaded the entire Indigo series of Pokemon
On Netflix.
on Netflix
Yeah.
and watched them.
Excellent.
It's fucking incredible.
That's a
man.
brilliant thing to do.
I love that show. Like the episodes are 20 minutes long.
Oh, they're so easy to watch.
and they're unbelievable because
Just
every
run through
episode
them.
there's a new Pokemon. And you're like, oh yeah, I love this one, love this one, love this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this one,
Yeah.
love this one. There's very few Pokemon that like come up that I'm like, I don't really care too much about this. Maybe someone like the woodland creatures, shit like that.
That's a great one to binge watch. How many episodes is in
I think
Indigo
there's like
season?
no, there's 98, I think,
It's crazy, isn't
or
it? Like,
89 in around, yeah, something like that. There,
God, that shows are amazing.
incredible. Yeah, I also got told in Liverpool, by the way, D, that they were completely shocked that I was so heavily into like nerd culture.
Why?
I don't know. I think they just
What's wrong with you, bro?
exactly, yeah. I love associating myself with every part of, like,
Nerdism.
yeah, exactly. So
Nerdiocrity.
yeah, one look at Xite Gaming will teach you that. Also got complimented on our website, said that it does not look like it was cheaply made or rushed.
Does not look shit. And that, I'll take that every day. of the
Your
week.
website looks really
Not shit.
not shit. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway,
Well,
sorry.
thank you for that. I like our website too.
I don't know
Quite
if I don't know if this counts, D, but I binge watched YouTube.
Yeah, that counts.
Again,
it doesn't count.
in my job, I used to work in a gym.
Right.
The gym never really took off, so it was always relatively quiet. But we did have like fiber optic internet capabilities.
I thought you were going to say no, but we did have a fair few regular customers. You're like,
No.
it never took off, but we did have fiber optic internet. Oh, jeez.
But
Really all that matters.
one thing about it was about, after about a month of me being there, they were like, yeah, so we're just going to do everything on laptop from now on. Is that cool with you? I was like, that's okay.
That's cool
That's
with me.
So laptop came
You're
in
true.
and I sat, and that's what I did. That's how I found most of the YouTubers that I keep up to date with now, was through that. And I like at one point I think I've watched every video on YouTube at least once.
No, not possible.
Close.
YouTube has something like 1,000 hours uploaded every minute.
Yeah, I was
It's
close.
something ludicrous. I've often thought, how does YouTube keep storing this shit?
I know,
Like a lot of it is probably good content, like us,
Yeah.
like our stuff.
obviously,
And then there's probably a bunch of bullshit on it as well. Like,
us.
yeah,
Um,
it keeps it all seemingly somewhere on some server.
have
Somewhere
you any other like
in the void.
what do you call those, like I've completely lost the word. I was going to say fantasies, then I was going to say tendencies, but I'm really looking for
Idiosyncrasies.
things that you do. What's this thing that we're discussing? Have you any
Films
other?
we watch and stuff.
Yeah, what's that? Like
Traditions. What?
traditions? Where the hell was I going?
Things that you do.
I don't know.
You know, things that you do, right?
I don't know.
Traditions.
Yeah, have you any other kind of traditions, even away from TV, game, movie? Well, with
Mm.
games, I usually try to play Tomb Raider once every
3 weeks.
once every 3 weeks. I'll play Tomb Raider once every 2 years at least. Like, definitely.
I don't know if I do have one for gaming. I'm the type of person whenever I close the book on a game, I'm quite happy to leave that.
Gears?
Gears is kind of different because of Horde and stuff. But
Yeah.
like, you know, like going back, yeah, Gears is different. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gears is one I would go back to, but never like regularly, like every year. I'm gonna
Yeah,
replay
yeah,
Gears.
of course.
But most games, like I'll just close the book on. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there is one that I'll
No?
constantly go back to.
I tried doing a couple of horror film binges once before.
Oh yeah.
And then I kind of got to the point where I was like, I don't know anymore. Like, it gets to the point where you start off in such an okay caliber of movie, then you move up and you hit like the peak horror films because you're really into horror films.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I just want to watch shitty ones, and then after that, you just can't really be bothered. You know, like I think I started with like I think I start. What do you call that shitty one? It's like I can't think of it.
You can't think today
No.
at all.
At the peak, it was like, you know, Cabin in the Woods, Amityville Horror, Poltergeist, The Shining, and then, you know, it lulled off afterwards, and we had like The Visit, some of the Paranormal Activities, which I think are
They're
okay,
pretty good.
and then we finished on the Paranormal Activities, which were not okay. So, you know, I go through. The Hills of Ice. Remember we watched that once before?
Yeah,
That was
good.
That was an incredible
fun
show.
film to watch.
Yeah. I can't really think of any traditions. I do have traditions.
I mean, we talked about a couple of traditions that we do, but I think that's related to the next question, or is it?
Yeah, that's next to it. So the second part of the question actually came from Tommy as well. He kind of just said that, you know, he is known for coming up with all these concoctions of different food mixes. Butter beans being one. He used to make his own like
Butter beans.
Butter beans. So beans. I think he used to just put butter into it.
What kind of beans are we talking here?
Heinz beans.
Like tomato
Like tomato beans. But he used to make it in such a way it came out like butter beans. I don't know. I'll find out off him. If he
Butter
can comment on
beans.
this. Yeah.
I just don't even know.
I don't know, but
I
it
mean,
was good.
It sounds butter and yeah.
Butter and beans.
Butter's good.
But he has so many different like concoctions of food and different like things that he did that he made into like just everyday snacks. And so he asked like what are our take on snacks that we have, or specific ways that we eat things or do things with our food. Now I know we've kind of talked about a bit about in the food podcast before, but let's revisit this a little bit.
Things unique to us.
Yeah, food habits, traits unique to us, if you like.
Well, here's one that I don't think many people do, and I don't know. I think this is pretty cool. Tortilla wraps, right? We tend to have like a couple of tortilla wraps always in the cupboard, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be normally for, you know, making like, I don't know, like a chicken and, you know,
Yeah, fajita or
a
something.
fajita, something normal. I tend to eat them either raw.
Yeah, on the.
I'll just take them and eat them.
Yeah.
I think they're nice.
Yeah.
Or I'll spread them with Nutella.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
On more than like multiple many occasions I've done that.
I've never had them with Nutella. Now I have just eaten them, just heated up a little bit, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's good.
They're good.
Yeah, it's bread, like, you know.
Yeah, it's good bread.
Yeah.
I've just kind of gone, I'm not going to make a crepe, but this is pretty close.
I don't have the time for a crepe.
Yeah.
It's like a lazy man's crepe.
It's the lazy man's crepe. I've done that a bunch of times because it's basically bread and Nutella. That's all it is, like, and it's fucking good.
Yeah.
It's just like Nutella. It's
Yeah.
very nice.
We talked about before about well, it's not a thing again. It's not a tradition, but it's something that I kind of remember is that the year that we kind of binge played Gears of War 2 all summer, all we did, all I ever remember eating were two things. Actually, three things. So ham, mayonnaise sandwiches, for whatever reason. They're so easy to make and brilliant. I still remember my dad coming down into the living room. Remember me and a friend of ours just with like a plate of sandwiches.
Carl's Deli.
Yeah. Carl's Deli sandwiches.
Remember it well.
Brilliant. Toast and Nutella, because you know when you weren't eating room temp bread, you should probably heat it up. You know, as like a dinner.
Yeah, that was a hot meal. Like,
and pot noodle sandwiches kind of came into the mix a bit. I think we were just really into sandwiches.
love pot noodle sandwiches.
Pot noodle sandwiches is a good thing.
But you know, I actually preferred that we didn't have pot noodle sandwiches. We had them noodles, them super noodle type of things, but they weren't super noodles.
Yeah.
They were nicer than super noodles.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, with those, and
They're cheaper than super noodles, but they're
Yeah.
nicer than super noodles. Yeah.
delicious. They were just really good in a sandwich.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No, I don't believe it does.
Well, that's where you're wrong once again.
I don't think I am, Chris.
Does most of the world's population? Where does it balance? Do you know?
I think it's more or less 50-50, or else it wouldn't be a discussion people would have.
Oh, that's very
You
true.
know what I mean? Like,
I am a firm believer that
it's acceptable on pizza. Would you take it on pizza normally? You know, it's not like one of your favorite dishes. Sure.
I think once in a blue moon, I would take the notion for Hawaiian pizza.
You'll take it because it's a different type.
And if it was on the pizza, I'd eat it no problem.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out of my way to order it on a pizza specifically,
No.
apart from that once in a blue moon. But I'm a firm believer that it can remain on a pizza,
Like,
no
listen,
problem.
I'll eat it. I'll pick off the fucking pineapple, obviously, because I'm not a heathen.
What do you mean you pick it off? Just eat the fucking thing.
No, Chris, I don't like it. I'm gonna pick it off. I don't have to eat it. It's very easily removed.
Do you like
the
pineapple?
pizza is still gonna be more or less. It's gonna be half the pizza it ever could have been because the sauce is seeped in there somehow.
It's not. No.
Yes,
The sauce
Chris.
about the pineapple?
Yeah.
No way.
You bake it, obviously, it's gonna lose some of its flavor. It's gonna seep in. Oh, it's a travesty, really.
It's
know?
not a
It could have been
travesty.
a good pizza.
I genuinely think it's an okay thing.
It's not.
It is.
There's nothing good about it.
Well,
Pineapple is good. Pizza is good. There's no need to mix it. Enjoy them things separately in your life.
no. It's just. I
What
can't.
about
with you
Hawaiian
sometimes. I
burgers?
just
Do you like
can't.
a pineapple slice on a burger?
I don't think I've ever had that, but yeah, I think I'd enjoy that.
I think I would either.
No?
I think I would. It's just not.
I've had pineapple with gammon. That's like a done thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Is it?
Pineapple chutneys and stuff. That's nice.
Pineapple. Just eat the fucking pineapple.
Like a hand fruit.
Yeah. Do you know how pineapples grow?
Yeah, out of the ground.
Do they?
Yeah.
Fucking bitches lied to me. We had this discussion last night. Someone said it grew off of a tree.
Far too heavy for a tree.
Ah,
They grow out of the ground and it takes 2 years for a pineapple to grow.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
That's a. And we just sort of.
We just consume them.
We just chopped them up and put them in pizza.
Pizza, I know, just wastefully.
Fucking hell.
I had another one there
Where's
as
this
well.
going?
I know, I had pineapple and pizza, and then I was going to ask you, when I go to the cinema,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it in a while actually, but when I get my popcorn, do you get mixed?
Oh, aye. Yeah.
Mixed popcorn,
I'm a
sweet,
big
salty?
fan of mixed popcorn. Because
I'm sweet and salty.
you can get that like dry mouth you get from the
A
salty
salty
popcorn.
surprise.
And you eat the sweetness. Just to tune
But
that.
I'm a firm believer in also putting chocolate into my popcorn.
Like dipping like Maltesers or
Not dipping them in. I definitely not Maltesers.
whatever.
I
Minstrels or
hate
something.
Maltesers.
Why?
Jesus, the
Really? You don't like Maltesers? They're
Even the
delicious.
thought of them. No, it's the.
So light.
It's like no. It's like the
Crispy.
texture. You know
Delicious.
when you bite it and it's squeak in your teeth.
No, Chris.
I hate it.
Just eat them normally. and
Yeah,
don't do that.
but it's the fucking texture of them, man.
They're delicious.
No,
They're nutritious.
no,
And they're very good for you.
no. No, I like Malteser when they're all crushed up, mixed with butter and digestive biscuit,
Oh, and like
and
a
then set into a bun.
yeah, in
Yeah,
a,
that's
in a tray
terrific.
bake.
Yeah, brilliant.
No, I really like Maltesers actually. They'll be one of my top snacks.
absolutely.
What about the teasers you get in Heroes?
terrific? Not
Yeah.
hero celebrations.
Oh, sorry. Whoa.
Yeah, you got to get your
Settle
branding
down,
right. If you want
settle
to,
down,
want to
guys.
launch this podcast, want to get the branding
Yeah.
right. No, but normally if I go to the cinema, I usually get like a chocolate that's not in a shell or something that kind of
Like a
melts a little
minstrel?
bit with the popcorn. No, minstrel's in a shell.
Oh,
I normally
what do you
use
call them ones? Them like they're not minstrels. They're still galaxy
counters.
counters. Oh.
I would go for counters if they had them. Yorkie buttons is also Yorkie man-sized buttons is also a very good one, and the Milky Stars or Magic Stars.
Yeah, they're
They're
good.
terrific for
But
them.
I wouldn't put them into popcorn. No,
Why?
just because like
Although
it gets messy.
I've stopped getting popcorn when I go to the cinema now. I normally just get like a
A drink.
drink, but I really like coffee in the cinema. That's like a tradition, I think.
You've done that once, have you?
Yeah, but I'm trying to.
Yeah,
trying
you're
to
trying to
keep
make it happen
tradition,
more.
Yeah.
I
And
think it's a
maybe,
good idea.
maybe I'll just keep it for Star Wars films, and it'll be like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
you know,
There'll be like 2 more Star Wars films in your lifetime, probably.
probably. But both of those, you can rest
I'm
assured
gonna
I'll have a
enjoy.
coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do-
Is there any other little, like weird things that I do?
Nuances with your food.
I like to on occasion I like to eat ice cream with a fork rather than a spoon.
Okay, that's just weird.
No,
Why?
I'll explain to you why. Because obviously the ice cream that you store in your own freezer isn't going to be like like ice cream like buttery smooth like you'd expect out of like a restaurant. It's gonna be quite hard.
Yeah.
So you need to like break that thing up.
With a spoon.
But you do it with a spoon. It's kind of like it's not just as clean as with a fork. I did that as a child, and I've always done it, and I'm going to continue to do it.
That's fair enough.
And then
I've
the only
never heard of
problem
that.
is
That's
at the
different.
end, you have to look like an absolute buffoon and lick up the remainder of the ice cream because you can't spoon it up.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
I'm willing to live with that.
What if you just had like a
Just spork.
no, but not even a spork.
Yeah.
Just sellotape
idea.
a full fork to a spoon. You know what? It doesn't
Oh
matter.
yeah, fork on top, spoon on bottom. It's a
Pretty
good
much,
idea.
yeah.
It could be good.
Just flip it around.
But I just don't like when your ice cream is really hard. It's like when you're trying to you got the little ice cream scoop and you're trying to get it out,
Yeah.
and it's just a bitch.
You have an ice
It's
cream
just-
scoop?
You don't?
My God.
What do you use? A spoon?
How the other half live?
You
I just
try to-
eat
you
it
try-
straight from the tub, D.
You're trying to get out, and it's just a nightmare. It's
Mm.
just like, nah, I need something with a sharp edge on this bitch.
Out of context, that could be horrible. You know when you try to get it out and you just think, oh, I just need something with a sharp edge.
Yes, that's been an uncomfortable experience.
Very-
But
yeah.
specifically for ice cream, it's a good shout.
Yeah. Whenever I eat a Mars bar, or a Bounty, I'll always eat like the chocolate around the side first.
Why?
I don't know. I'll always eat the chocolate around the side. It's almost like there's too much chocolate, and I want to balance the flavors nicely, especially with a Bounty.
There's not enough chocolate in fucking Mars. It's all fucking caramel.
Yeah,
all
well,
that weird mushy.
what I like to do is eat the
Discussion.
chocolate off the side of a Bounty like that the whole way around, then eat the bottom, so I'm just left with one
Layer of
fine
chocolate
layer of chocolate and the rest coconut.
and the
And then I'll
coconut.
just eat that.
You like Bounties, yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously. I
Yeah,
like
they're okay.
Bounties quite a bit.
And then with a Mars bar, what I'll do is I'll eat the chocolate right around it, and if nobody's watching, then I'll eat the nougat off it, and then I'll just be left with the caramel
If
and
nobody's
chocolate,
watching.
because the caramel in the Mars bar is fucking superb if you just eat it alone.
Is it?
Do you ever get like a Mars ice cream? Best part of the ice cream is the caramel. So
I've never really had the Mars ice cream. I've got the Snickers, which is similar.
I also like dipping my McDonald's into a chocolate shake.
Oh yeah, you did do that.
Yeah, I do that.
That one's.
I get weird looks sometimes until people try it, and then it's like, there you go.
What do you dip into it? The fries?
Fries especially. The odd time a nugget
Mm.
and once a burger.
Bump.
But it's like whenever we go to Friar Tuck's Day, it's like you'll have like a chicken supreme. What complements that more than anything?
The milkshake.
Strawberry milkshake. You know,
Yeah.
you're eating it and then you cool off and you get that, coat your tongue and it's like strawberry cool,
Yeah, but
dairy,
that doesn't necessarily
dreamy
mean it's going to
sensation.
work with the chicken and the sauce.
But that's what I mean. That's where the idea kind of comes from.
I suppose.
You know, one flavor complements the other.
That's a weird one. That's like that lady who dipped her chip into a cream egg. Remember that one?
I remember that. That's weird.
That is
I
weird.
can't think of any more snacks though. Snack wise, I'm pretty bog standard with snack. I like having my when I diet and stuff. I'll always get Greek yogurt. I'll put my Greek yogurt. You know how I like my yogurt.
He loves
I like
his
leaving
yogurt.
my yogurt in other people's fridges as well. Then I'll get a big spoon of peanut butter and
Disgusting.
put my peanut butter straight into the center of the thing.
Right. I don't like either of those things.
And then I'll eat around the yogurt and save like the center as like a little snack at the end. I do the same with my porridge. I'll get like a spoonful of Nutella, put it straight into the middle, then forget about it. And then like halfway through, I'll hit the middle by mistake, and it's like this core of like gooey,
Nutella-y
chocolatey
goodness.
shit. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, that's kind of my tradition-wise. Not a whole pile.
Tradition is in.
Like spit it out, D. For fuck's sake.
All right, Chris. Mister, you couldn't even think of the word tradition earlier. Now you're fucking scorning me for saying it.
Ah, my God.
What are things that people do?
Show me things that people do.
No, like I don't know. There definitely are weird things that I do though when I'm eating, like, but I can't think of half of them here now on the spot.
No, I know. I did kind
You
of
put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm not good under pressure, Chris. You know
No,
that
it's a
about
good one to kind of get the comments kind of going.
me. Yeah. What do you do? What do you do weird with food? Do you eat, like pineapple on pizza? Something.
It's a fucking real thing.
Something strange like that,
Right.
or like fucking. We have done a couple of times now the McGangbang, which is a weird tradition, I guess you could call it.
McGangbang's a great thing.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's
I'm
very
very
good.
happy that James Sinker brought a gangbang into our life.
I'm eternally grateful for the gangbang that James brought.
Yeah, terrifically. And if you haven't seen our gangbang video, you can find it on YouTube.
It's on the YouTube.
Just
It's
look
on the
for
internet.
like episode
It's
something.
a Christmas special McGangbang is what
So
it
it
is.
is. What a fucking day, dude.
It was a great day.
But yeah,
Fucking hungry as fuck now. Do you know
I'm
that?
getting quite peckish. Actually,
I didn't eat this morning. I haven't
you?
eaten yet. It's now currently at this moment in time. It is now 3:20,
Oh wow.
and I haven't eaten since like midnight last night.
Well, I have another question, community question that can kind of tie in. We'll just do our oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, so another question comes from Jay Short 80 on Instagram. He replied to the story. It's a 2-part question. The second part I can just answer myself. First part is: would you rather be
Answer off the
4'11"
air.
or 6'11"? Also, where did you get chocolate Pop-Tarts? Chocolate Pop-Tarts were in my story, so I'll answer that. I got them. Home Bargains sell them. I think most stores in Armagh sell them. We do them at the cheapest. Just come on down, Judy.
Come on, yeah. You get 8 packs of Dr Pepper at Home Bargains. No, B&M. Sorry,
B&M.
B&M.
Don't go
Which
there.
is closing down apparently,
What?
or it's not looking well
It's not looking well.
because of a certain competitor.
Yeah. What can I do?
What was the other thing? Yeah, Rices and Katie have Purple Monster. Got one last night.
Do they fuck?
They do.
They have the purple Ultra Monster.
They literally only have 8, the white and the orange. They even have red.
Of all things to have, right? That's how much do you pay for it?
109 or something like that.
Tremendous pricing. I'm getting that.
Yeah.
I had one the other day. I got mine in Tesco. Which
They're getting better to come by though. I've seen them more and more.
easier to come by, like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I love the sunshine orange one, and I do like the monster, the purple ultra as well. Very, very good.
Christopher, they've got all three for you. You got the white, the orange, and the purple. They don't have red.
What if we mixed all three?
My God. That's one of our traditions.
No,
we
it's
can
not.
start.
D, would you rather be 4'11" or 6'11"?
I'm not like probably 6'11". Hey.
Let's go 7'11".
No, he said 6.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it a wee bit harder. Would you rather be incredibly short or incredibly tall?
7'11" too far.
So would you rather be 4'11"?
Yeah.
Right, 7'11" or 3'11"?
I don't know.
So that's the hard one there.
That's the hard one. That one's a bit ridiculous.
He stumped us with that one.
He didn't ask that one.
Right,
you
4
did.
or 6'11"?
6'11".
I think what's 4'11"? It's just under 5 foot. So what's 5 foot? I think I'd rather be shorter than taller. I think 6'11". Actually, no. I've seen basketball players at like 7 foot. Yeah. They look okay. I'll go 6'11", Jody.
You're already, but you're 6'1", so it's 10 inches.
You're already about like what, like 6'10", 6'12".
Yeah, it's only 10 inches. Like it's not that much more. Like, it'll just make it a bit more uncomfortable to walk through doors.
And to sit in the seat.
No, you'd be grand on the seat. You just set up like your knees up to a bit there.
All right, fair enough.
I'm grand.
Right.
But
I'd rather be 6'11".
Jesus, sorry.
Yeah, good question, Jody. Thanks for throwing it our way. Thank you for all the questions we got this week. Obviously, do get in touch with us each and every week. We love to see the questions. It fuels this more and more because normally what we do is we have a bit of a discussion and then we hit the community questions, but we kind of just tie them into our discussion this week.
We're very flowing with our discussion.
This week we're very flowing. Next week
Here's
we're back
to
basics.
I wanted to talk to you about because we said we're going to push it. Sea of Thieves. You have now played Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I was going to get to that.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, let's get to that now.
Why is there another community question?
No, but I was gonna do something and it doesn't really matter now. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I played Sea of Thieves.
I always like this whenever he has too much coffee. Every single
D, let's talk about the big thing that happened today.
time.
What did we get in our studio?
Well,
something that me and you are just not used to.
I brought in a Dr. Pepper.
He did.
Big deal. Well, Christopher, it didn't. I still can't really believe it worked.
I can't believe it worked, and I can't believe it worked that well. It worked flawlessly. What do we get, D?
We keep them a mystery for a while longer? No. Christopher, we finally have internet capabilities out in our little secluded studio, which was a bit out of the way. It's not in direct connection to the outside world.
Correlation, yeah. We have always anybody who hasn't listened to the podcast, D and I have always grown up in an area that we don't get internet.
We just don't believe in it.
We get like
we're Amish.
We get 1 megabyte per second, which
we don't even. I get about half of that.
Yeah, we get half a megabyte.
In my home house.
Yeah, I at one point had like 75 kilobyte a second, which I thought was pretty
big
okay.
Deal.
Yeah,
dial up.
But we've never had decent internet, and then we've always talked about finding somewhere maybe that we can, we're gonna have to go to Belfast to friends' houses if we wanted to make some videos online.
We don't have a place where
play with the community and stuff because we've always been talking about wanting to play games with you guys and stuff like that. And today we hooked up through. We'll not tell you how we hooked it up. You'll see that in a later video.
Can we tell them? No, we can't tell them what we're using. The ridiculous contraption we have set up, or we're going to do that?
No,
later?
we'll do that in video. We'll reveal in video.
Okay. We made it work, but it wasn't conventional.
No.
Nothing that we do really is
still very easy to set up. Like, don't get me wrong, but yeah, we have internet. We have internet. We played Sea of Thieves online. We found ourselves a jaunty crew and we set sail.
Yeah, and it was flawless,
absolutely flawless.
So surprising.
We had no lag. We downloaded a 740 megabytes update for Fortnite in no time.
Couple of minutes. It's good, and we'll be able to play with people online. Hopefully,
we are getting ready to launch ourselves into atmosphere with. What? Where else do you launch into?
I think we'll launch ourselves into this game or into this idea. You're just saying we're going to launch ourselves into atmosphere, and then you went, and also we're talking about this. Yeah,
yeah, launch yourselves into atmosphere in terms of playing games with you guys. I thought that was the best way to go about it. Forgive me. Jesus.
I will forgive you. I just thought it was
anyway. Yeah, the future is looking bright because who knows? I've just been thinking about it, D, and I thought, what if we did a live podcast once?
We could do it now. It's a possibility.
It's a very real. We could go to YouTube live with a podcast some week. I'm looking forward. We are now able to Skype people into our podcast. We can go online. We can play with you guys.
People are watching this and they're going like to all the ideas we're now having. They're just like, that's so like. How are you excited about that?
Yeah, but if you've seen where our studio was, you cannot understand.
You don't understand. It's not. Yeah. We're not used to having the internet. We don't have signal on our phones. We have nothing out here.
But we have it in our Xbox.
We have it in our Xbox.
But yeah, that's a very real thing. I played Sea of Thieves. It was excellent. You want to talk a little bit about Sea of Thieves?
I had an experience with Sea of Thieves, which was kind of like the best parts of the game.
Thieves.
State of Decay.
Yeah, go for it.
Which was an example of the best part of the game, which is good. You kind of had fun with it today, messing around with like strangers on the internet and having like playing with them.
Yes, I did.
Never play with strangers, but like
dangerous.
You had a good time.
Yeah, very good time.
And like it's kind of like Sea of Thieves has that element, big time. You can have a lot of fun with it, but then there's a lot of monotony and repetitiveness to it, which is
a lot of Monopoly.
Yeah, you can play Monopoly in that game.
Yeah,
did I mention that?
McDonald's Monopoly's back.
I know,
right?
I thought it was like just there.
I know it's a whole other thing.
So I was playing Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
we kind of like a random crew. Didn't really know them. We were kind of talking, not really. It wasn't much was going on. Went on this island. Someone dug up treasure, and they went back with the treasure, and they started to set sail. And I was still on the island. I was like getting supplies and stuff, and I was like, "What the fuck, man? Bunch of dickheads."
You've been left marooned.
And then they got back on voice chat, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're just moving around here because there's a ship coming our way." And like it looked like they were threatening. They were coming to fucking steal our treasure.
All right.
And I was still on the island. I was like, "Okay, well you do your thing, whatever."
You do you, I'll do me.
And they didn't do well. So they drew their ship so they could get within like firing range with the cannons, and then they just dropped their anchor, right? And I was still on the island, but the ship that had came up on them, it was now closer to me than my ship, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" But then I could hear their crew. I didn't know about this,
right?
But there's proximity chat, so their crew, the crew that was attacking us, were like communicating, and I could hear everything,
right?
But if I spoke, they would hear me. So I was just kind of like, okay.
So you played it stealthy.
I was kind of like, let's
on
just
the island.
play this by ear. I was kind of okay. What are they gonna do? They're like, okay, yeah, we've got them now. Oh my god, they just dropped their anchor. They were laughing at us because we were being stupid.
Yeah.
They're like, they just dropped their anchor. We can just like turn on them now.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, we'll stop. And when I heard they were stopping, I was like, they're not that far away from me. I could probably swim that. So I hopped in the water and I started sort of swimming, and I went under the water so you couldn't see like a person like with their arms and stuff. And I could just hear everything they were saying. They were like, "Oh yeah, load the cannons, yeah, let's do this here, blah blah blah." And I was just climbing up their ladder, climbing up on their ship, and I like got up the top, and they were all on the other side looking at our ship. Yeah. And I was just like, "Well, I wonder if they got any treasure." So I just like sort of wandered into their cabin's quarters.
No way.
There was nothing there, and I was just like, "Fuck, how am I gonna get out of this situation?" And one guy, I'm nearly certain, spotted me. He was like, "Who the hell is that?" And I was like, "Fuck, right now I just gotta run for it."
Yeah.
Ran and I started swinging my sword, hit some guy. And then I just ran down into the underbelly of the ship, and people were kind of like, "What the hell just happened there?"
Yeah,
I got hit. Someone hit me, and they were like, I think there's someone on our ship." And they're like, I didn't say a word.
You could hear their chat,
but I could hear their chatter, and I was like, "Just keep going down." And it's like, how am I gonna try and like sabotage these? guys? And then I was like, "There's these barrels of gunpowder." Yeah, right. And most ships have them. And what you should do is you should take them up to the crow's nest and leave them up there, because if you shoot that with the cannon, it just blows the ship to pieces.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get that.
No way.
And so I had to go make my way back up, and I was moving back up, and there was one guy in the fucking quarters with me. I just hid behind a fucking barrel, and I was like, I can make this work. work. And they kept going on. I think there's someone in this ship. Oh no, there's not. No, but someone hit me in the back. And I was just like, I couldn't contain myself from laughing. And I started like sort of like just laughing to myself. And then they heard me laughing. And your guy was like, "Oh no, oh my god, yeah, he's laughing at us." And started cracking up, and they all charged down to the bottom of the deck. And I was like, this is my chance. And I ran up to the main deck, and I was going for the ladder, and I literally just started climbing on it. And then this guy fucking popped up and he shot me down. And I was just like, I just shouted over to the guys over my boat. I was like, "Boys, I'm on their ship." And the boys just killed me fucking stoned.
No way.
I was just like,
how'd you got away with that and blew the? Oh my god!
I didn't know about the half of this stuff that you could do this. And man, it was just a perfect moment. And like the guys who were like, who I was like attacking stealthily, they were like in good form as well about it. They were just laughing at like the randomness of me climbing.
The audacity of it.
Yeah, the fucking sheer audacity, man.
Brilliant, man.
But a great experience was had there. But then that was the experience of the night, and I played for like 2 hours and never really achieved anything. So yeah, it's got its highs, it's got its lows, but that was one of the highs. And
I thoroughly enjoyed that there today, and look forward to playing a lot more with you. Expect Sea of Thieves video to hit the channel very, very soon indeed.
Oh damn!
We're
doing that now.
Oh, absolutely. Anything else you want to touch up this week then?
I want to touch up a couple of features about myself.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go? Should we do we still have to do the Noah's Ark?
We're gonna do Noah's Ark. Yeah, we're week 9 of Noah's Ark.
Okay, this is the Noah's Ark of Food. Anybody who's been keeping up the date with
really
the pod,
lost your enthusiasm.
yeah,
for
big
this
time.
bit.
Well, until next week, D. Anyone who's keeping up the date with the podcast knows we started this segment way back at like the start of Lent, where we said that there was a flood coming, hypothetical, of course, and D and I were to hypothetically build an ark and throw onto it all the food that we wanted to save from the flood. It was basically just a way of getting to know what food we would save from, everlasting doom.
Yeah, so we could continue to enjoy these meals.
D, what's your? So we pick 2 foods each week.
One thing we have to address.
No, we don't.
We do.
We don't.
You've put in milk bottles twice.
Yeah.
Milk bottle sweeties. So you can do an extra one this week.
Okay. I'll change one of those milk bottles to Mawam sweets.
Okay. So that's sorted. Mawam.
Yeah.
That's disgusting though.
You're disgusting though. Anyway, getting back to this week then. I think I already have, I kind of had one on it, but I don't know what to do now.
Oh God, Christopher.
I'm going to go ahead, D, and put on as my food for this week.
You got to commit, Chris.
Have we got pasta?
I've got carbonara. That's about it.
Have we got pasta bolognese?
Bolognese?
We don't.
We do not.
That's mine.
Pasta
bolognese.
My God.
Absolutely.
Bolognese.
I'll have a nice pasta bolognese.
With mince and stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So what type of pasta? Are we talking penne?
Probably penne, maybe a bit of. I was gonna say
Penne.
fusellini, but we'll not go fusellini. We'll go penne. Penne.
I always loved you.
Oh, penne.
You
dirty bitch.
mine is a KFC boneless banquet.
Oh,
There you
clearly
go.
you had one recently, did it?
Yes, I did.
Wow, was it nice?
It was delicious.
Fantastic.
I actually had a boneless banquet and a streetwise chicken fillet
Yeah,
meal.
brilliant.
Yeah, that was that. You need that to fill you.
Oh yeah, easy.
Boneless banquet.
That's a good shout actually. Boneless banquet. I could go for some of that. What's your side?
Gravy.
What's
gravy.
your drink? Pappy Max.
Pappy Max. Yeah.
Good shout. Good shout.
Okay, I'll put that all in actually.
What is my next for this week? I honestly don't know. I'm so lost right now. I'm trying to think about. Oh, Pop-Tarts. Yeah, I'll throw Pop-Tarts on. Fucking absolutely.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah,
Pop-Tarts.
I forgot about that completely.
I've got mine too.
Yeah, go for it.
It's so easy. Waffles. Tasty waffles.
Waffles. Excellent.
Yeah.
What kind of waffles? Potato waffles?
No, Jesus, no. Breakfast waffles.
Breakfast
American
waffles.
style breakfast
Very,
waffles.
very good shout, D. Our ship is coming together really fucking well. And next week will mark episode 42. Will mark the launch of the maiden voyage Ark ship.
The maiden and only voyage.
Yeah, because we're all going to die on it.
Yeah. Are we? No, we're surviving. Us too.
Hopefully,
Until we eat ourselves to death.
something could happen. But yeah, next week we'll see the final flood. We will we'll put together all our food. We'll have it on screen, and you can kind of decide, if we've made a good choice with that.
You made an awful lot of promises there, buddy.
Home of the empty promise, D. We're still running with it. Still going strong.
Tasty waffles. Well, there we go.
There we go. So
We got 5 snacks in there this week.
is that done? Yeah.
And normally it takes us twice as long to
We
get 4.
also have to come up then. If the Noah's Ark of Food's running out, we're gonna have to come up with another kind of segment that we do towards the end of our podcast.
We're so lost right now.
D, don't tempt me with that. If you tempt me with that, D, I'll run with that.
We could do it. It's a thought.
I don't want to tell them what it's about yet. We'll just give them the title.
Yeah.
I'm so lost right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts this week, D.
Closing thoughts.
Pretty sure I screenshotted a couple of things to tell you this week.
Looking forward to the 4-day weekend. Well,
indeed.
now a 3-day weekend, including today. So 2.5-day weekend we
Yep.
have left. But that's about it. Going to play a lot of Far Cry 5. Never talk about Far Cry 5.
Obviously.
Only played the very first hour of it. It's good so far. Gunplay is a lot tighter, a lot smoother than it was in 4, in my opinion.
Great.
But can't really say too much about it.
No,
haven't experienced enough of the game to say. Although you can choose between a male and female character at the start.
Yeah.
Which I've never experienced before in a
Okay.
Far Cry game. And I like the whole cult thing they have going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of that because I obviously was going to pick Far Cry up straight off the bat. I'm not now. I have too much on my plate to deal with
You got too much going on.
in terms of gaming. I'm still trying to get through Breath of the Wild. This week's going to see me take into Minecraft a lot more, obviously, for the channel. And then I want to start my Fallout Survival Let's Play. So that's a couple of big things coming. On top of that, I'll be playing Away Out with you. I'm going to have to get used to Fortnite in some way, shape, or form.
There'll be a Sea of Thieves video. There'll be
Sea
a
of
Fortnite
Thieves video. We'll
probably.
be playing with a good few guys. So
we're going to be...
really, really looking forward to what the future holds in terms of our gaming. I've got a lot of films I want to catch up on. Lord of the Rings this weekend has to be watched at some point. Jesus.
if you could only watch one, would you just watch...
I watched Two Towers.
2 Towers,
Yeah.
Probably a good show. Like.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Only because Helm's Deep is like just amazing. And I don't think I would be emotionally ready for the end, for the Return of the King.
It's difficult to watch that
It
last
is.
20 minutes.
Now,
Return of the King.
Sinker has recently started
begun?
with his girlfriend. They started with the Hobbit first, and last night he finished all 3 Hobbits.
Okay, what do you think?
I don't know yet. I haven't got his.
We need to get him in for this.
We need to get him in. We need to
opinions.
talk about Sinker.
We need to talk about Lord of the Rings.
But yeah, that's big news. We have a lot of guests coming onto this podcast in the coming weeks.
Yep, it's been us two for a long time.
It has. We have a lot of people coming back, and new faces that are going to join us on
the couch.
Here. It's going to be great.
Xite Gaming couch.
And that's before we even get our Skype fucking read up, so we can
our
get
limitless possibilities with Skype.
unbelievable.
We
Dude.
could have people in from America,
The sky is the
Australia,
limit, which is on the table,
Antarctica, all the continents.
all over. Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna do it.
Really looking forward to it. Do keep up to date with everything we get up to, guys. Follow us on our social media. Just search for Xite Gaming or Team Xite, be it on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter.
Tweetler.
Obviously, head on over to the YouTube page if you're listening to this podcast. We have a YouTube channel full of Let's Plays, all our other podcasts, and just different little challenges and stuff. The most recent is the Try Not to Laugh challenge, which Dee and I recently took part at.
We were brilliant.
Absolutely flawless, to be fair.
Yeah.
On top of that, you can take us with you on the go. Dee, it's been a while from I mentioned this, but if you want to take us anywhere other than where you're listening to this, some people like to take us to work.
Yeah.
Some people like to take us to the bath.
In the bath.
In the bath. It's still a real thing.
Let us know if you listen to us in the bath.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's another thing.
Let us know from the bath if you listen to us in the bath.
We often said that if anybody could show us the best place that they were listening to the Xite Gaming podcast, we would definitely send them some kind of prize.
Okay.
And Jimmy Brennan did go ahead and do that.
Yes, he did.
He himself has listened or watched our most recent videos on a projector, a giant projector.
Yeah.
You know,
against
at his
on
house.
his wall, like
It's unbelievable to see us in that. Like, so Jimmy, we're sending you a keyring of some sort of description.
yeah, we'll just have to make one
We'll make you a
And
keyring
then
and
send
then
it
we'll
to you.
send you it. But yeah, it's incredible.
some setup.
Thank you to everybody who's been in touch with us for all your questions that come in each and every week. We're so thankful. It keeps the discussion going.
We'd be lost without it. Like
We would be properly lost without it. Yeah, very
at each
much.
other's
So.
throats,
There's only
yeah.
so much that D and I can.
stomach of each other.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
To all the new faces
Dickhead.
coming through to the channel, thank you very much for being a part of this. It's great to see you. To all the new faces that are creeping the story on Instagram, we see you there, and we are very, very
We
thankful.
see you creeping.
We see you creeping, boy.
Say hello. Say hey.
To everybody, thank you for the support. To all the friends that I made at Liverpool, if you've made it this far in the podcast, perhaps you're willing to go a little bit further. Do
Really-
hit that
really feeling
subscribe button.
Shawshank today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Keep safe, guys, and thank you. We'll see you all next week.
Slán.
Bye bye. Flip it.
Go do the mic drop, Chris. Fucking hell. Oh, wait for it.
Nailed it.